Hey everybody. I just wanted to do this quick video. Uh you might hear some I'm kind of sitting in my car right now, so you might hear some other stuff, some outside noise, some dogs barking, whatever, but I just wanted to make this quick video after seeing the Kobe Bryant memorial yesterday. So I watched the Kobe Bryant memorial yesterday live. And you know, of course, I teared up when I heard Vanessa Bryant speak. Michael Jordan. It was just a lot of good speeches. And after the funeral, after the memorial, I should say, um, I kind of left with a little bit of bitter taste in my mouth. And let me explain why. I felt like Kobe's parents were purposely left out of the acknowledgments. And that made me feel a type of way. Now, don't get me wrong. I feel for Vanessa. I would never, ever, ever in my life ever want anybody to have to experience that kind of loss. There's lots of parents out here that have lost their children and their family members together. I can't imagine the pain that she must be feeling right now. But what I did not like is that there was no acknowledgement of this man's family, this man's father, this man's mother, this man's sisters. The only person I heard acknowledge this man's parents was Shaq. It was as if they didn't exist. You would think that Kobe had hatched from an egg, as if he was not born to a mother and a father. Hell, Kobe wouldn't have even known basketball as he knows basketball if it wasn't for his father, who was also an NBA player, Jelly Bean Bryant. His father played basketball. His father exposed Kobe to the different cultures and different world. They moved around. Kobe acknowledged himself that they lived in Italy because his father played over there. I mean, this man has the culture that he has because of none other than his parents. Now, we can sit here and speculate as to why his parents were not in his life in the last several years or whatever. We've heard all the rumors, right? We've heard it all. We've heard it all. But at the end of the day, this man had a mother and a father and sisters. Okay, he had nephews, he had cousins, and I think that it would have been nice to at least acknowledge that they were present, that they were there. I'm not saying that they wanted to speak. I'm not saying that they had anything to say, but I cannot imagine sitting in that audience and people not even realizing that you're there. When I was watching it, I kept seeing people comment, "Where are Kobe's parents? Where are Kobe's parents?" I'm just thinking, they're sitting there. But you wouldn't know that because nobody acknowledged them. I mean, I listened to Michael Jordan's speech, which I thought was a nice speech. And then, again, glossed over his parents. And it's almost like it was deliberate. And I almost felt like it was almost like people were instructed not to mention them. And I cannot imagine that even in death, that whatever was going on in life could not at least be put off to the side. Like, listen, this, if anything, this should bring us closer together because we have lost our people. Because at the end of the day, yes, Vanessa has lost her husband and her child. Okay. But his parents also lost a son. A mother has lost her son. A father has lost his son. Sisters lost their brother. And again, the only person that made any acknowledgement of the fact that they were even remotely there was Shaq. Now, the camera kept panning to them. I think a lot of people didn't even realize those were his family members. Those were his parents right there. Okay, you can look at the peanut head. That's his daddy all the way through and through. And his dad was, his nephews were sitting on his father's lap. And looking at his sister's Instagram over the last several weeks, I do believe that Kobe and his parents did have some kind of reconciliation because there are more recent, I wouldn't say maybe in the last year or two, but some of the pictures that I saw that his sister posted, it seemed to me that Kobe had gotten back with his family, his mother and his father, who I've heard were living in Vegas. So they were actually living closer. And because I saw a picture, it looked like his mother and father had a vow renewal or something like that. And Kobe was there. So, and I would say that was in the last several years or so. So I don't know. Again, we can only speculate what was happening behind the scenes, because this seems to be a pretty private family as to not spreading their business and being out there at the gossip sites and the blogs and telling their stories and stuff like that. So we can only speculate what was going on behind the scenes. But I don't even give a damn what was going on behind the scenes. This man had a mother and a father, and he had sisters. He was a son to a mother and a father. He was not hatched out of an egg, and the least they could have done is acknowledge his parents and his family members. And I just kind of felt a type of way about that. Like, again, at the end of the day, I understand that this was about Vanessa and her surviving daughters. I understand that. And I'm not taking away from that, but that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, that these people were invisible to the majority of the people that got up there and talked. I think I did see Magic Johnson go over and hug his parents and stuff like that. But like I said, that kind of bothered me. For real, that just kind of like rubbed me the wrong way in so many ways, because I'm just thinking to myself, hold the hell up. There would be no Kobe Bryant without these people here. And regardless of whatever happened to them or between them, those were his parents. All right. And I cannot imagine that even in death, that we couldn't get it together and we couldn't say we are going to put on a united front because we loved him. Okay. Because at the end of the day, I think Kobe was still pretty private about that kind of stuff like that. And I do think, like I said, I believe that things had gotten better between his family. Yes, like I said, we heard about the mothers selling stuff like that. And we've heard all kinds of shit about the parents, and the fact that people were saying, well, the parents were asking Kobe for a lot of money and he wouldn't give it to them, but then he bought, but that, it was a whole lot of stuff we've heard. We heard about the fact that his parents didn't want him to marry Vanessa because they were too young and he didn't get a prenup. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I can understand why they would have felt a certain type of way, these young kids running off to get married, and he had his nose so open that he wouldn't get a prenup. I can understand a parent having reservations, especially his father being a former NBA player. I would have had reservations too about that. I probably would have been upset about that too. But again, at the end of the day, I just feel like I don't think that it could have been so bad that his parents just couldn't have at least gotten some acknowledgement. I can't imagine that they didn't have anything that they probably wanted to speak and say about their son. You know what I'm saying? To tell the world how they felt about their son and who he meant to them. I feel like, and just watching his mother looking so tight like that and just looking so hurt, I'm just like, wow, I hate that people don't even get to... That just bothered me. I felt really bad for his mother and his father and his sisters. And I just, my heart goes out to them. It really does. I just didn't like that. I thought it was a beautiful service, but I cannot help but to be real tight about this particular thing I saw. People just honestly, almost deliberately ignoring his parents in the speeches, and as if they didn't exist. And I didn't like that. But shout out to Shaq. Big shout out to Shaq for at least acknowledging his family. And I appreciate that, and the fact that he did that. And I don't know if you guys saw that, witnessed that, but I just wanted to share that, my little morning rant with the dogs barking in the background. That's all I wanted to say about that. And I don't know, just let me know what you guys thought about the memorial service. If you caught it, if you caught the fact that his parents were there, or did you even know that they were there? I don't know, but just let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Talk to you soon. Take care.